Yeah, so funny story. Actually, Riot approached us. So we had just finished working on our previous game, Speed Brawl, and we had a bit of a rough launch. The game was well received, but we didn't really get the coverage that we were hoping for from the media. But we had submitted the game to, I believe it was the IGF, the International Gaming Festival, for an award show. And one of the judges that was reviewing Speed Brawl worked at Riot Forge at the time. And he saw it and he was really excited by it, and it was right around the time where Riot Forge was reaching out to independent developers around the world to see if there might be a match, and you know, immediately we kind of jumped on board. We were really excited. They really liked Speed Brawl and what we did with that game, and they asked us quite directly which champion, you know, we'd be interested in working with, and and we wanted to work with Echo. Well, we knew we wanted to make, so our expertise at Double Stallion Games is really in kind of combat-focused action games. So we knew we were going to keep going in that vein, and we were looking at doing Speed Brawl, which was really just more brawler-focused, very light on the platforming. We wanted to do something that was a bit more adventurous, a bit more like action platform-driven, and Echo just felt like a natural fit for a couple of reasons. I think creatively, we really like the character just in general. He has just such a cool look, you know, this kind of graffiti punk aesthetic and all that. And this was even way before Arcane and all that, but he was still kind of a favorite champion for us for those reasons. And the other reason was actually a technical reason, is that we had some unused technology that we'd used on Speed Brawl, which we were able to quickly modify into a prototype that rewound time in the game. And we never used this on Speed Brawl because it was a multiplayer game and it didn't really make sense. But the mandate with Riot Forge at the time was really to make a story-driven single-player game, and so it was just really a natural fit to work with Echo in that sense because of his time rewind abilities. Yeah, so actually, believe it or not, that wasn't really our focus. Our focus was really to make what is fundamentally a narrative-driven action platformer. I think Metroidvania is a really popular term these days, but in some ways, it's perhaps a bit limiting to call all these games either Metroid or Castlevania, right? I think there's a lot of nuance within the action platformer genre, and although there are obviously some similarities, you know, the game has a lot of side paths and like collectibles and things to find. We really wanted to make an action platformer that was a more focused experience. And that didn't rely so much on backtracking. And part of the reason why we wanted to do this was because we felt that was the best way to tell Echo's story, and to have our sort of internal mantra for the game was to be all killer, no filler, meaning we just really want to have like an engaging experience through and through, with very little like filler and grinding. It's a super trick question. I mean,
55 to choose from.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really great champions. I'd be interested in kind of continuing, you know, a story within the same region for sure, but also other regions are super appealing to me. I guess I'll have to leave it at that, and